Alright. I don't know when it's live, but I think we are live. So welcome to Epic War 5 stream part 2, which is the final part, the trial part, where we complete the hardest levels in the game and then have fun. Hello Shadowstar X, or the anti-person, whatever you prefer to be called. Please let me know that to make sure that everything is working fine. Also, gonna close Discord just in case. I know that streamer mode usually works just fine. Ooh, I forgot to turn off the sound on my phone, so it started playing my own stream. But I think that's a sign of it working, so that's a good thing. Alright, let's configure the game. Let's first of all full screen, and then show all, and then play game. While everyone else is joining. Yesterday I went and let's see. Ooh, okay. I am going to need to turn down my own volume. It should be fine for you, but for me it was too loud. Alright. Yeah, yesterday I went and did a few levels just to get experience for the troops that we had. So VGraph, progress as you can see 80%. We've done the trials, we have not. No, we've not done the we haven't done the trials. We've done everything except for the trials. Alright, Succubi are maxed. Dragon is maxed. White Tiger, Death, and Golems all maxed. And another also we have maxed Gorillas, maxed Bombers, and maxed Tanks. I maxed them because I thought we might want to use them this time, give them a bit of a chance. Like, I looked at the stats. For example, Gorillas. There's 5 of them. They have an attack of 120. And the rocks hit multiple times. Like, it hits, bounces, and then hits again. I think it hits 3 times overall. When we compare that to Centaurs, which I have equipped, okay. We compare to Centaurs, there's 8 of them, but they do 80 damage, and their spears also hit multiple times. Like, there doesn't seem to be that much of a difference, is there? Perhaps Gorillas aren't as bad as I thought they were at first. And let's look at the tank. Without the sword, it does 160 attack, there is 3 of them. 3, population, 160 attack. Let's compare that to the Magi. 3 of them, and they do 105 attack. And both Magi and Tanks are area of effect. The Magi have a wider area of effect, yes, true, but as far as damage goes, and health, Tanks win. So, you know, maybe I've been underestimating them too much. I do plan to use them on the stream, probably on Trial 1. But let's start with Trial 2, let's start with the tedious one and get it out of the way first. For that one we want Hobbits, because I also maxed Hobbits, there is 16 of them and they do exactly what they need. I'm also giving them Platinum Armor, because why not? Also, we are going to have, let's see, well obviously we're going to have our Golem, Death and White Tiger. I'm just thinking about what our 6th unit will be. Bombers aren't that bad, there's 10 of them and they do 144 attack. We could use them. Oh, okay, so fun fact, I just switched from top chat to live chat. There's a whole bunch of messages it just didn't show me. Alright, I am Jesus, somehow I doubt that. I recommend grinding in level 10 or 12. Yeah, that's what I usually do. That's what I did yesterday. Level 10 for Platinum Swords and just a fast level, and level 12 for a lot of experience. Alright, maybe for Trial 1, yeah, that's what I was thinking, Trial 1, because Centaurs and Elf Archers, they're peers, the Colossus is going to be strong against that, but Gorillas and Tanks, that will be a different story. Yeah, I mean, there's also a lot of stats that just aren't shown. Like, you know, attack, it's not actually clear. Does every swipe of the mage do that attack? Oh my goodness, I'm confused myself. Let's use Centaurs though as our 6th unit, just because of their portable Mjolnir. It's gonna take care of structures quicker. It's gonna make the level a little less tedious. Also, this level is basically all Pierce, so... Death and White Tiger. Let's give you all a Ring of Pierce instead of the things that you have, because there's not gonna be a lot of slash. There might even be no slash on that level, and there are strike things, like golems and bombers, but they're not gonna be nearly as dangerous as the goblins and Iron Fortress. Hello, Jim. Would be nice if I could play this on Android. Yeah, and I think there are ports in Play Store, but they should be really choppy. I don't think they're official from the developers. They're just from people who decided to port the game and used whatever means they had available. Hobbit, Gorilla, Tank, and Magic units for Trial 1. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. That is exactly what I was thinking. Yeah, looking forward to the Tiny Golem. By the way, I want to make a mod and then stream it. The mod is not going to be next week. I don't think I'm gonna have it ready for next week. I'm gonna wanna really go all in on it, so it's gonna take at least a few weeks. But once we do have that, oh boy, are we gonna have some fun. Alright, let's... I made a fatal mistake here. I was talking, and the game wasn't playing. On this level, I should have just left the game open, and then we're gonna talk, but meanwhile, the game is just gonna... Ooh, I didn't bring vampires. Now, is that a gigantic problem? No, it's not. We have the shield. That's what's gonna matter. We also have rage, by the way, but not as important as keeping our people alive so they can do all of that damage, I think. Maybe we'll use rage. Maybe we'll use rage as much as shield. Death has a tornado spell and a meteor level 1 as well as a meteor level 2. A meteor level 2 is one of the damage spells that, probably the best damage spell in the game. We do want to use that a lot. I mean, and by best, probably not the most practical. I'd say lightning or ice blast are most practical, but as far as like pure raw damage goes and effectiveness, the meteor, level 2 meteor is the best. Also a tornado. Tornado kinda sucks. I've never seen much use in it other than just temporarily knocking people up into the air. But like the fires, like the higher level fire spells seem to do just that, and I don't think they take as much mana. And I think they do more damage. Ooh, that was a nice tank shot by them. Thankfully the building is gonna fall very quickly. Yo guys, are you just... Oh, I didn't tell them to go, huh? They're just standing there watching as the centaurs die. So great. So yeah, the golems are gonna do a lot of damage to death, because death is weak to strike instead of being strong to strike. But the golems are hardly a problem for us. Alright, now that the dragon is here, let's shield them up. And let's catch up on chat. For beating every trial 5 times, you get a tiny golem that's super fast. That'll be such a funny image, though. I'm going to try to experiment with, like, maybe there's a way to, like, have an accessory that makes people small. But if there is, it's hard to actually implement, so... Golems are slowly making their way over here. So, yeah, Trial 2 is just tedious. I agree with all of you guys that there's nothing particularly hard about it. It's just... It is just a chore, yes. Alright. All of you except for the hobbits stand here. And then centaurs stand over here. Like over here. Shield. With shield, all of these people, by the way, so golems are strong to pierce naturally. Dragon is strong to everything because of the Omega Seal, so Pierce is one of the things that's strong against. And then Death and White Tiger, they have the Ring of Pierce, so they are strong to Pierce because of an accessory as well. They're gonna, and then also we use shield on them, they're gonna be virtually invincible against these goblins, and we're gonna kill them like this. Now the centaurs aren't actually doing much here, let's get them a little closer. An accessory that changed the unit's color would be nice. I don't know if there's an easy way to give color filters in this game. I don't even know if there's an easy way to do that in Epic War 4, but like the color filters that they had there might have just been they just changed the sprites. It's possible. I don't think that's how it works, but you know, it would be possible to try at least. I don't guarantee success. All right, golems. Let's use a bit of a help. These this one's gonna be unaffected. But yeah, it's 6 meteor strikes. Killed one, almost killed the other. The other is going to die before reaching us and being able to actually attack. Yeah, it is dead. So I'd like to be able to get the Fallen Angel as a Titan unit. Not sure how though. Oh, that's probably one of the easier parts. It's a unit. I think you can get it as a friendly unit. I don't know, but I remember being able to get imps, like the red goblins, as friendly units. So I think we are going to be able to get the Fallen Angel, the Undead Beast King, the... what else was like a different version of our enemies? I don't think anything else, but like the Fallen Beast King and the Fallen Angel, they are... they are their own units, so it's possible to get them. Alright, shield again. We're doing great work on these goblins. I think the fact that our units are fully upgraded and immune to pierce, or not immune, but really strong against pierce, makes a good difference. Also note how basically all of our units... Oh, okay, the White Tiger died, but basically all of our other units almost undamaged. I think they naturally heal, and even though the healing is very small, their goblins' damage is also very small, so we end up being able to really like heal almost as much as they damage us. Maybe even more. That's okay, Metal. Good to see you here. Yes, we just started. This is the first trial that we're doing, trial 2, and we're currently on the goblins. We haven't started damaging the Iron Fortress yet. Yeah, the power goblins, yeah. If you can mod Epic War 3, make Gralborg get Dragon Rider instead of Black Knight. Yeah, I mean, Black Knight and Dragon Rider are both sort of mischievous evil units in a way. Like, not evil, but dark units. But Epic War 3 has a weird world. So, you know, here in Epic War 5, it makes a lot of sense to change the rewards that we get for beating levels. But, you know, the rewards themselves, to begin with, aren't... they do make sense. Like, you beat a level by slaying some evil person that has enslaved some non-evil people, then those non-evil people join you. In Epic War 3, you just randomly get units and they're random and they don't really even make sense together. A demon the size of the Lord of Hell. You know, I mean, at some point that is going to get old. Like, Epic War 5 is already playing fast and loose with upscaling units. And sometimes downscaling, like in the Lord of Hell trial. If we have too much of that, it's gonna lose a lot of its charm. Okay, I think we have 2 Goblin Scientists left to kill. The green one's almost dead, the red one has a bit to go, but I don't see any other power goblins. And we can also use the gigantic, not the gigantic, but like the... Yeah, see, we used this Meteor Blast on them, but most of the strikes didn't hit the goblin, because the goblins were all in the air, so the meteors didn't hit them. Now, we just have the red one left, the green one died. Let's shield up. The red one is slowly dying, but it's just him now. I think we can just go forward. I'm not afraid of dealing with him and the Iron Fortress at the same time. I didn't want to deal with all of the goblins and the Iron Fortress at the same time, but this will be better. Also, we're gonna have high survivability rate. You know, like, because the Iron Fortress is pierce, we're gonna be strong to pierce and always shielding. So our units are gonna stay there for long, which is fitting because the Iron Fortress itself is going to live for very, very long. Alright, Centaurs, please destroy this building. there's two buildings, two castle-like buildings. Tiger Warrior, or not Tiger Warrior, White Tiger. I wish there was a Tiger Warrior in this game, but in this game the Tiger Warrior actually wouldn't be as cool because of the way that the game works, the fighting style basically. Area of effect doesn't matter as much in this game, so the Tiger Warrior wouldn't be as cool, but would still be fun to have. I sent the White Tiger back, so that the White Tiger doesn't trigger the Iron Fortress with its leap. Like, it leaps here, the Iron Fortress attacks. After we destroyed that, now I'm gonna send Death back as well. Actually, no, now I'm gonna send everyone forward, because the Iron Fortress is gonna start attacking no matter what. Also, notice all of those tank shots. That's a little ridiculous game. The reason that there's so many, we can kill all of those tanks, and there'll be more, because they keep spawning over there. I think that's a bug. I think that the developers done goofed. Here's how I think they done goofed. Also, we're gonna die here, especially Death, which is weak to strike. So you know how in this game, there's a lot of the enemies that aren't just stationary here at the beginning, they're on a timer. Like, you see, every 3 seconds a hobbit spawns, or like every 3 seconds a small unit spawns, a hobbit, a goblin, or dwarf engineer. Often that happens with like dwarf engineers and bombers. Often that happens with gigantic golems and trolls that are on a timer. They are like every 5 or every 10 seconds, one of them appears randomly. They did the same thing with tanks and bombers on this level and on Extra 6. So the levels with the Goblin Scientists, they're like, okay, they're Goblin Scientists, they have a lot of explosives and tanks, so it only makes sense to make it so that on that level, tanks and bombers keep spawning. I think like the white, so you see, I think bombers are gonna explode here. Yeah, there's a lot of bombers, especially gigantic ones that are exploding there. They're meant to charge at us. They're meant to actually fight us, but due to a bug in the game, they stay there and don't move anywhere. And so naturally, it accumulates a lot of them, and there's like hundreds of them, but they're just standing there doing nothing. Which is a little hilarious when you think about it. But also, I guess it makes the level easier. I really wish that they did charge at us though, because it would make the level easier. Alright, we need the dragon. Let's try to accumulate all of our titans in one place. So that when we attack them, all of us are here together and we can shield ourselves. Dragon, please come in quickly, because they are coming. Alright, dragon is here. We can indeed start shielding them up. And shield, unlike regen, shield is something that we can have like on us all the time. Like regen, if we keep using it without gaps, eventually we're gonna run out of mana. But not with shield. Shield has a higher duration rate and the same mana cost. Alright, let's use shield again. Oh, that was perfect. Give crystals a population of 2. I was thinking 3 in Epic War 3. With 1 HP and completely random damage. Oh, that's the Demon Imp. 1 HP is the bomber stick. So yeah, we are dying. Unlike with when we were fighting the goblins, we are absolutely dying, but not nearly as quickly as we would have been. Like, the dragon we might be able to protect for a very long time. And the Iron Fortress is weak to everything except Pierce, so Centaurs don't do much damage to it, but everything else, like our Titans, we are genuinely hurting it a lot. Alright, sniped because we were about to reach 100 mana. Wish Epic War 3 had more of a story, same. Speaking of upscaled units, the trolls in that stage are definitely upscaled. Oh yeah, but it's not just this stage, there's a lot of stages. Gigantic oxen, trolls, and golems are there in a lot of stages as like the main sort of enemies. There are some stages on which we have different enemies like Anubises, gigantic Anubises, which are also very upscaled, but the trolls, golems, and the oxen are the standard. Used to calling them ogres due to Warcraft. Well, there's also like Epic War 1 and 2 in which both trolls and ogres exist, and it's hard to tell between them. So, you know, these are trolls, but in Epic War 1 and 2, people green people with clubs that are fat are ogres. And, you know, try to tell the difference. Hey, look how fast we're hurting the Iron Fortress. It's already halfway dead. Like, we're genuinely doing a great job here. Ah, neither. That was such a well-timed shield. I can't wait for the fortress to take 6 hours to make it halfway across the battlefield. Well, with how fast, with how quickly we're killing it, I think we're not gonna need to have it reach halfway across the map. We might kill it here. We still have a... yeah. The golems aren't gonna reach by the time the dragon is dead. The dragon's gonna die, Death and White Tiger are going to die, and then I'm gonna accumulate them all together in the same place. Hello, Goman. Hold on, I'm catching up. Too many cannonballs. Yeah, if you could make an actually useful tank, that would be cool. It would be cool, absolutely. And balancing is something that I already meddled with the game. I did not make anything like really cool that I would be extremely proud of showing, but I did meddle with the balance a lot, and I think I made it overall quite a bit better. But I don't know, not enough yet, I guess. Too bad they were nerfed in this game. Oh, the tanks. The thing is, it's not even just nerfing them, but it's the fact that the concept of a tank makes a lot more sense in a game like Epic War 3 and 4. In a game like Epic War 3, there's a lot of bodies clumped up very close together. So a tank destroys them, like an area of effect damager completely demolishes them and sends them flying, and you know, crowd control. In Epic War 4, there's a little less of a mass of bodies, but there's more of a every single unit matters type of deal. And so, the more units you throw in the air, the better. In Epic War 5, there just isn't a need for that type of crowd control. So tanks aren't as powerful here. Alright, everyone is here, shield, and go. In this volley, before the dragon dies, we are going to be able to kill the Iron Fortress because of its health. Like, we are going to keep shielding him, and a lot of our units, like the golems for example, are going to die. But with the constant shield uptime, the dragon is going to survive. And then by the time it dies, the Iron Fortress should either be dead or really close to death. Regen is better even with the shorter duration, but it requires you to use the resistance rings on Titans. Yeah, by the way, I'm currently using Pierce rings on Death and White Tiger, because even though I usually use like slash resistance for White Tiger and strike resistance for Death, because that's what they're weak to, there is no slash on this level and barely any strike. Like, the strike comes from these expendable units and bombers. Pierce came from the Goblin Scientists and the Iron Fortress, so being resistant to Pierce matters more, which is why I gave them Pierce rings. And then the golems are naturally resistant to Pierce, and the dragon has the Omega Seal, which makes it resistant to everything. But yeah, regen is better, and on this level it doesn't matter as much because, you know, with all of our resistances and shields, it takes a really long time for the Iron Fortress to kill us. Alright, let's do a meteor, just to be a little less patient. It's the Death level 2 meteor, and you can actually even see it damaging the fortress. Now, we might have a bit of a time where we don't have shield enabled, which is okay, it's not gonna be that long. There we go! That actually was a lot less painful than I thought it would be. Congrats, guys, we've beaten Trial 2. We can now celebrate. Ah, the dragon even has survived with half HP. We unlock the Earth Dragon, which is good. Probably one of my less, probably one of the Titans I like the least. Probably the Titan I like the least. And you know, unlike Epic War 4, where it was resistant to arrows completely, it doesn't have such utilities here. but still a powerful unit. And Hercules Grip, very good accessory, I really like using it. Buffs both damage and health. We have him here. We are going to level people up, but we're gonna level them in unison, so we're gonna wait until we get more people. Now, the Hercules Grip. Who do we want that on? Next, we're gonna do Trial 3, by the way. I wonder if the Power Goblin is considered the experiment a success or failure. Well, it was a success until a jerk called Vigraf came and just destroyed their beloved creation. Okay, I'm gonna show Hercules Grip. Let's see. So, Earth Dragon. 12,000 health, 400 attack. As you can see, damage plus 25% and health plus 25%. So immediately, it's better. Like, you know, a platinum accessory gives plus 20% of damage and plus 20% of health. This thing gives a greater increase in damage and health. So it's like there was a new tier of sword and armor here. Like, I don't know, obsidian sword and armor. That probably doesn't make any sense, but like that had a 25% damage increase and a health increase, and you could equip both of them at the same time. That's what Hercules Grip is. I'm gonna equip him on the Earth Dragon for now, even though we're not going to need to use him yet. We might use him. He might be better than the Golems or Death, I don't know. Next trial we're doing is Trial 3, Father and Son's Reunion. And for that one, we do want Titans as well, but we want slash rings on them. So, slash ring, resist slash attack. Same for death. Golems are going to have to stay normal to slash, because we don't have any more slash rings. We could just increase their... You know what? We're going to give them the Hercules Grip. There isn't a slash ring to give them, we're gonna give them the next best thing, which is a really good accessory. 8,000 health and almost 500 damage. They're almost at the level of an unupgraded Earth Dragon. In fact, damage is even better. And then, Dragon still has the Omega Seal, so he is strong to slash. As far as the other units go, I mean, we are going to play around with regen on Trial 4. On this trial, I'm going to mainly use Rage and not Shield. I'll still use Centaurs to destroy the Hell's Gate quicker. Alright, now, let's see, let's catch up on chat. So glad the stage didn't take hours. Yeah, absolutely. It's probably the easier case of Trial, since the Fortress is not only the slowest thing in the game, but also deals minimal damage for Titan boss. Yeah, it takes a while to win, but the chances of you losing this stage are less than even Trial 3. So yeah, very much glad. Hercules Grip is great, yeah. Earth Dragon is very tanky, so I like him. Yeah, I can see that, even though he is a bit slow. Wait, there's like a painted letter on Dragon. I can... Wait, painted letter? This one? Where is the painted... Is it this? By the way, I never noticed this. That's just weird. Why is there a white piece here? Huh. And the Earth Dragon doesn't seem to have that same thing. And you know, if you like look here with death, oh, that's the letter. Oh my goodness, we found a placeholder sprite. Oh my goodness, the only explanation I can see for this is that the developers were using this sprite for the dragon unit before they made the icons. But then they made the icons and they didn't remove the placeholder icon on the dragon. Do we have anything else that's like that? I don't think so, but darn. Props for noticing that. That's amazing. Alright. Okay, so guys, I want to see a fun thing. So we're going in here with Golems, Death, White Tiger, and Dragon. We're leaving the Earth Dragon here because he's not yet good enough for us to want to use instead of our ranged unit. These are the 5 units we have on this page. We're using 4 of them, and the Earth Dragon we are not using. Now let's start Trial 3, Father and Son's Reunion. And look, we have a Phoenix here who is on our side. So the Phoenix is, according to the story, the guy who asked us to destroy the Lords of Hell. And that's why he is promising us to help us and join us and serve our cause if we destroy the Sons of Hell. Like maybe the Phoenix is actually really scared of them, or he hates them a lot, or maybe he's just sensible and doesn't want the world to end. But yeah, so the Lords of Hell are staying here. They're not going anywhere. We have to come to them or poke them with spells. Instead, we have random different golems, trolls, goblins, and imps coming. Which are, you know, more powerful, obviously, than regular goblins would be. But there doesn't seem to be anyone special among them. Like, there isn't a gigantic Lord of Hell-sized goblin. There isn't a goblin with a mask or anything. There's also oxen, but yeah. So, you know, I don't really want to play this level right now, so I'm actually going to quit. I'm gonna give up without fighting the Lords of Hell. I'm obviously not going to get the reward, which is the Phoenix. I haven't killed the Lords of Hell, and I didn't get the Phoenix or the accessory reward. Now, okay, this is a little weird. So, yes, hold on, I'm going to play this level again, but this time I'm gonna be, Alright, so is there anyone hiding behind this wall or anything? Let's see, speaking of details, I never knew the statistics screen had a steel gargoyle on the bottom. We're gonna check that. So I'm gonna stun. No goblins seems to have, the goblins seems to have died, but there were imps that didn't die. Alright, let's send our units forward. Let's destroy this wall. Instead of upscaled units, we're fighting downscaled units. I can't tell if they were genuinely trying or being lazy making this stage. I think they just wanted to they had a set number of units that they had in the game. 30 units that we can use, and then also a few units that we can't use, like the Fallen Angel and the Undead Beast King. And then they were like, okay, we have these units, we've blown all of our art budget. Alright, let's destroy the Hell's Gate now. The centaurs are gonna make quick work of it. But it's still, there's no units waiting for us here, it's just golems, goblins, oxen, and trolls that are spawning. And we're destroying the gate. So, yeah, and they were like, let's make the most out of these units. So that's why they used a lot of upscaling and downscaling. It's not that they were lazy and didn't make new units, it's just that they didn't have the money to make art for new units, and they didn't want to overwhelm the player with too many different units. So instead, they gave us more levels than they could have given us. And just to give enough variety, some of these levels had to have upscalings. I don't think they can hide behind the wall, because we shot lightning at the wall, and I don't think anyone died there or anyone came forward. I think you have to remove units. Well, like, they have to be transparent to check. Yeah, that thought had also crossed my mind, so we're going to check that. Let's have the Hell's Gate die already. In fact, let's send the centaurs a bit forward. Let's have all of it. Okay, this Hell's Gate died. So let's say again, I didn't feel like playing this level, so I'm going to give up. Again, didn't get any rewards. Okay, now the game is just mocking me. All right, you know what? Whatever. I'm not going to try this. The thing is, somehow we got the Master of the Wilds achievement without having to like we got it on Trial 3, but we got it without having to defeat Trial 3. And I tried to replicate that now and it didn't work somehow. I don't know what's going on there. Let's see. So yeah, let's try it. So hobbits. Okay, first of all, hobbits, dwarves, no letters. Okay. Oh yeah, the gargoyle is right here. That the UI is cool. Let's just say that. Elves, magi, no dev textures. Amazons, paladins, nope. Centaurs, witches. You know, I mean, I have a feeling that I can see a dev texture over here, like what is this thing? There's a bit of a black thing here somewhere. I don't know if it's a dev texture or if it's just a weird thing related to the witch. Like, again, there's some things there. I think maybe all of the units have a dev texture, but most of them are being like, you know, like here. Or not, or that's just background. I don't know. Okay, Anubis. Goblin. Doesn't seem to be anything here. Unless it's really, really hard to see. Alright, yeah, again, yeah, I think this is just background. Okay, I spoke too soon. But there were, like, I don't know, the witch one was a bit weird in a way. Doesn't seem to be anything here. Or here. Yeah, so it seems that the dragon is the only one that they had this thing on. Alright, let's get our goblin, oh I mean goblin hobbit and centaur back. And now let's do this level for reals, because again, I wanted to show you that, look, I didn't beat the level, I didn't kill any Lords of Hell, but I got the achievement. The problem is I didn't get the achievement. Right, let's come over here towards Hell's Gate so we can destroy everything before fighting the Lords of Hell. Right, Blue Phoenix would be cool, I absolutely agree. But I don't think a color filter is going to make it possible for it to be blue. Like, maybe if we run the sprite through a website that like changes colors, but I don't know how to work with sprites and change them, that's the thing. Hell's Gate is like a mother base that makes units. Yeah, and there's a lot of them in the game. There are many different types, including even one that we ourselves can get in the Skull Knight's castle. But, you know, this is definitely the most terrifying one and the one that spawns the most substantial units. Gigantic golems and all that. Black things are windows in the background. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Perhaps that achievement for killing any one of the Lords of Hell. Perhaps, and I mean... Yeah, we'll look at it. We'll look at it. Let's try to just... We're gonna destroy the Lords of the Hell's Gate just so it doesn't spawn any more units. And the only units that get spawned are ones from here. And now we can genuinely use. So, now I'm interested. Does the Rage come before or after the Mjolnir? So right now, we're doing like 500 damage to this. Is the Rage going to make it like 1,000 health, 1,000 damage with each spear? Let's see. No, it's only like 600, so it seems that it applies Rage first, and then the Mjolnir. So the Mjolnir, so you know, the Rage doesn't double the Mjolnir's bonus. The Mjolnir's bonus is only added after the Rage. But it's still worth it. It is still worth it. Hell's Gate is almost defeated. Alright. What is our cheapest damaging spell? Funnily enough, our cheapest damaging spell might be an Arrow Tower. Yep, oh, also a Volcanic Burst. But, you know, it doesn't matter too much. I'm gonna get no, I didn't mean to get the other one. I wanted just the main one. But whatever, okay. Alright. Rage. And now we destroy these Lords of Hell. Rage is another spell that we can keep up, but we cannot keep up our, like, dragons and units. So that's, it's gonna be a little harder than last time. The dragon's about to die. We're gonna keep up Rage, though, and we're gonna enrage those centaurs. Once the dragon dies, you're gonna make a bit of a wall, just so that they are busy hitting the wall, and don't hit the centaurs. Ah, they didn't get the King of Peace. Well, this one is close to death. All of the Lords of Hell that aren't the boss are a bit of a joke. In fact, I think it makes sense to just... You know, if we destroyed the third one so easily, let's destroy the first and second as well. Ah, Death was feeling that. Why was Death feeling that, though? It was not even the last Lord of Hell, and Death is supposed to be strong to slash. Death, you are strong to slash. Oh wait, no, Death is not strong to slash. The King of Beasts is strong to... Actually, Death might still be... Yeah, Death is still strong to slash. Never mind. When the dragon is back, we're going to enrage people. Actually, we're gonna enrage people now. Since we can constantly keep up rage, there is no reason not to use it now. Yeah, the main gigantic Lord of Hell definitely does a lot more damage than the third one. I like how the tiny one is still alive. Ooh, another dragon shot and the tiny one's gonna die. Or not. Maybe I'll take a third dragon shot for the tiny one to die. Or a 4. Oh, okay, there we go. This one's also almost dead. This one's the second and third one might die together. But of course the main guy, our arch enemy, is still alive and better than ever. I remember having to kill all the generations of the Lords of Hell. You know, if that was an achievement, just kill all of them and you get something. I could stand behind it because, you know, you only have to kill the first Lord of Hell, the biggest Lord of Hell, to win the level. But if you kill all the others, you'll get an achievement. It would be a cool thing to have. Especially if you didn't know how you win achievements. It's a bit of a shame that in this game you can just see how to get each achievement. So there is no mystery in learning stuff. But I might be saying it's a shame because the game's really easy. Maybe for new players it's not as much of a shame. But yeah, the thing is, this achievement is not marketed as that. It's marketed as a completely different thing, and makes no sense. I'll show you. This level is easy though. See, he's already almost already close to dying. If you kill the main one, you don't get it. Ooh, see, if it works like that, that's good. But then again, what's not good is that they said a completely different thing in the achievements tab. Alright, rage again, including the centaurs. Most of which are still coming here. Oh, we're close actually. This guy's much closer than the Iron Fortress ever got. Iron Fortress, what a joke, am I right? Alright. How's the Hell's Gates here if we stopped it in the main story? Good question. Maybe I think we destroyed the, like, gates, but we didn't destroy the underlying system. Oh, we won. Ha, nice. And so they just built a new gates. We didn't stop the Hell's Gates, so it was easy for them to just build the gates again. And we couldn't do anything about it, because sure, we're gonna destroy the gates, they'll build it again. But again, we still destroyed this one. Yeah. Smaller ones are pathetic. I mean, I think they're just heirs to the throne. The largest one is the giant one, but maybe by trickery and deception, the smaller ones were hoping to beat the giant one, and by virtue of still being stronger than most other things in the realms, they would get the title of Lord of Hell. We unlock the Phoenix, Turtle Shield, and the Iron Fortress there, finally. So, moment of truth. Phoenix, no depth texture. Iron Fortress, no depth texture, and oh, this one we already had. Okay, yeah. No depth texture on this. Now the Turtle Shield. So again, if we, as you can see, the Hercules grip, which we gave to the golems, it increased the health and attack by 25%. The Turtle Shield increases health, health by 25% and damage reduction by 25%. So if the grip is a sword and armor at the same time, the Turtle Shield is a shield and armor at the same time. So it's a very big increase in defense. It is an awesome artifact. In fact, the Earth Dragon probably makes the most sense for the Earth Dragon to have it, because he's already very defense-oriented, so since this is percentile, we're gonna make him even more defenseful. Defenseful. But we're not gonna use him quite yet. The smallest Lord of Hell deals the same damage as the Lord of Hell you fight in level 12. I mean, that makes sense, it is a trial, and that was a normal stage. But yeah, that's pretty funny. What if all of them do? The rest do a lot more. I definitely know that the final one, the largest one, does a lot of damage. Imagine if the damage doubled per Lord of Hell. That would be cool. The Phoenix, okay, so the Phoenix is the final, okay, not the final. He's a semi-titan. He is kind of similar to Death and White Tiger. But the game treats him as a little better than Death and White Tiger. Like, it takes a little longer for him to come on the battlefield than Death and White Tiger. And he has, like, he's more defensive. He already has this much health. Whereas, you know, 7500, whereas fully upgraded White Tiger only has a bit more. So, you know, I would say the Phoenix is good, but he's a semi-titan, not a titan. Tell you what, player, they all double in health and damage. Maybe they do, I don't know. Imagine if it was 10 times worse. Oh no, the final one would be impossible then. I just remember that when I did it, he used slash rings for all units. Okay, yeah, that makes sense, see, yeah. Lord of Hell Fade Away, really cool, yeah. That animation is good, I agree with that, and it's kind of similar to Epic War 4, but here, they fade away and the sword drops, that's what makes it really cool. Okay, let's do Trial 4, we're gonna use vampires, and... Ooh, but we want the Iron Fortress for this one. We're gonna give the Iron Fortress the Ring of Strike. It's gonna be strong to strike. Okay, the Phoenix is... we need to have a Ring of Strike on the Phoenix too. Anyone we don't want? I mean, let's get rid of Death. Death is probably the most unneeded one. We want to try out the Phoenix, because we got the Phoenix. And the Iron Fortress. What else? This guy might not be... Yeah, you know what? We're gonna remove White Tiger and put in Earth Dragon. So yeah, we're testing out quite a bit of new units. The Turtle Shield right now is on the Earth Dragon. Yeah. Undying Primal. The Phoenix has the Ring of Strike. And this thing also has the Ring of Strike. Because, you know, I usually give this thing the Omega Seal because it's weak to 3 of the 4 things. And this makes it strong to everything. Well, block, pierce, and strong to everything else. But now we don't need to be strong to everything. The only real opponent we're dealing with is Strike. So we only need the Iron Fortress to be strong to Strike. Funnily enough, right now, the Earth Dragon... actually no. The Iron Fortress is going to be stronger than the Earth Dragon in this level. Because it is strong to strike, because we gave it the Strike Ring. So it's going to take half of the damage that the It's gonna take half of the damage that the Earth Dragon is gonna take. The Earth Dragon has more health, but you know, due to the armor, I think. But even with that, it's not going to, you know, the Iron Fortress is probably going to outlast the Earth Dragon. The Earth Dragon is pretty slow. Everyone else is already here. But yeah, we don't have Death and White Tigers, so I didn't show how the Phoenix spawns a little slower than they do. But it's not... It doesn't matter, there's a difference. Alright, Vampires forward. Everyone here. All of us are gonna be here. Even the slow as heck Iron Fortress. Which we're gonna wait for it to come before triggering the King of Beasts. Yeah. We want all of us to be together and use regen. We've used Shield extensively on Trial 2, Rage extensively on Trial 3, and now it is Regen's turn. Jeez, the stage, yeah. Can any unit or without and make unit immune to something? Is it possible? No. And I mean, there is a block thing, and you can like... I think there might be skills that make you block something, but block isn't immune. Oh, the angel is going forward. Let's be careful. For some reason I thought the angel wasn't going forward before. This is actually bad. Alright, we need to go forward now. So, this angel, the trick about this angel... Actually, stay here. The Iron Fortress is getting there. It's not gonna be there quite yet, but we are going to... it is going to come into play very soon. Alright. He is here. He's so scary looking. Alright. Now... The trick about the angel, look how much the angel is regenerating. It is, it has a lot of health. So if we keep the angel alive, and, okay, there might have been, we might have lost this a little, just a tiny little bit. I don't think we've lost this because we can still keep the dragon and other people alive. But you know. If we can make sure that the angel doesn't, like, that the tiger doesn't get past the angel, it will be a piece of cake. I didn't regen the angel, but that's okay, the angel is going to survive one hit. Actually, the angel might come after, chase after the tiger. But still, if it doesn't, yeah. If we keep the tiger here and the angel here, we should be golden. Because look, full health. And the tiger is taking damage. You know, if you approach it in this way, not nearly as hard of a stage as... like, I remember there were times when this stage caused me problems. Serious problems. At other times like this one, doesn't seem to be doing... you know, doesn't seem to be particularly hard. Particularly. That's the word, particularly. Also, Earth Dragon. Yeah, they weren't attacking, so I was kind of wasting them. But I will say the Iron Fortress is kind of stun-locked. Because it's trying to move, and then the tiger jumps before it finishes its step. And it gets reset to the exact same position it was just before. So, you know, didn't get the angel, but that's okay. Angel is surviving. So, you know, like it's stun-locked, it can't really move forward. I would be surprised if at some point it was able to take a step forward. But at least, while shooting, it sometimes hits... Yes, I got the angel and the Iron Fortress. Yeah, like, while shooting it sometimes hits the King of Beasts. But now we should be starting to do more damage to the King of Beasts, because more of our people are connecting. Yeah, the dragon also has full health. See, when we do it like this, doesn't have much issues. Oh right, the power goblins. They are also a different type of unit that we can't get, but we might be able to get them from a mod. The problem with that is, it's not going to be one power goblins unit, and then all 5 of them are going to be under our control. No. We have to equip each of the 5 different goblins as an individual unit. Because if we wanted to make it like a power goblins unit with a population of 5, we would have to choose between one of the goblins. And if we make it have a population of 5, there's going to be 5 of the same color. Accessory which combines shield and armor, yet thanks for causing a problem for us yet again, power goblins. Thanks, yeah. I'm kind of letting them sit back and do nothing while I do everything. Ooh, I don't know if we can keep the Earth Dragon alive. We can keep the dragon alive pretty easily, but Earth Dragon's taking issues. Yeah, they're just standing here. Which, I mean, I don't blame them too much. I don't think they have nearly as much health as that angel does. So, if they tried to fight, they would be annihilated pretty quickly. And, you know, they realized their mistake, they went to us, asked for our help in defeating this King of Beasts. It's okay for us to let them live. Alright, if it doesn't make this, yeah, it didn't make this, so it can never move forward, basically. Because that was an almost perfect timing, and it still didn't make it forward. Now notice how the angel actually doesn't seem to just be going right, which I really appreciate. The angel seems to be aimed towards the King of Beasts. The King of Beasts, so that's really nice. Alright. Once again, regen, once again didn't hit the angel, but once again is fine because the angel is almost full health. We are regenerating our Earth Dragon though, it seems we might be able to actually keep them alive. The Earth Dragon, the Black Dragon, and the Angel. The Phoenix, probably gonna die at some point, but right now is staying strong. Oh right, Blood Rain. Blood Rain, a sign of this being a hard boss, and then this boss just looking really scary. That's what makes this like a scary, and in my opinion, this, I think, you know, difficulty aside, what a good level. Like, we start, it's raining blood, it's scary already, and it's this location, perfect place to rain blood. Like, it's not the Hell's Gate with all the lava, no, it's more sinister. Then we look and see, oh look, the power goblins, they are on our side. They're like, what? Ooh, that's really cool, and the angel is also on our side. So cool. But this also begs the question of, what are we going to face if they give us all of this? And then we have goblins coming out after us, and which, like, technically it's enemies, but it doesn't give us information until we come here. And before the Fog of War reveals it to be the tiger, like, if we have a King of Beasts of our own, or Death, or something like that, that attacks the goblins, triggering the undead King of Beasts, it jumps as its first appearance, which is really freaking, like, impressively scary. Okay, we could not keep the Earth Dragon alive, but that's okay. Our more important dragon and our angel are still alive, and he is dying. So, very well designed level overall. It's the coolest, it's probably the coolest trial, even if we count the Colossus and all the Lords of Hell and the gigantic experimental Iron Fortress. The trials are just well designed in this game. May I just give props to the trials and how well designed they are, and at the same time they're not too repetitive. Like each of the trials has a thing of its own. The first one, the Colossus, really impressive boss, and it's coming towards us and we have to stop it, kind of like the end. Level 2, kind of similar, but instead of the Colossus, instead of some powerful golem, we have a science innovation with the power goblins and the goblin scientists creating the Iron Fortress, and it's a unit we've never seen before. Unlike just an upscaled golem, a unit we've never seen before, which makes it really cool. Then we have literally Hell's Gate, but we have more Lords of Hell, which, you know, visually the largest Lord of Hell doesn't look any larger than the one that we fight in normal 12. But maybe that's fine, that we don't need upscaling with the Lord of Hell. We want a good pixel art quality, and he is still really big and badass. This Trial 4, so scary, sinister, just outright you know, mutant, and the fact that the goblin scientists who we fought twice are now on our side, just really well designed. And then Trial 5 is something where it's not a scary large boss. It's a very down-to-earth human type of boss, where makes us think, especially with the story. Alright, but he is dead. Let's finish him off with... oh. He died before we could meteor him. He was too scared of the meteors. I guess it's too painful. We unlock the Divine Angel, which is a good titan. I like the Angel, even though it might not be the most... the greatest one in terms of utility. I really like the Angel. And then... Flaming Chariot, which is an accessory that's just outright useless. When you can double your defenses against something, or use even stronger accessories, why would you want a tiny speed boost? Yeah, Flaming Chariot... useless. Also, why didn't we get none of this? What is this accessory? Oh wait, that's the Ice Rune, yeah. We haven't done a Trial 1 yet. So, what you just saw, regen and using really powerful healthy units, is the optimal way to beat the Trial 4. Now I'm going to show the optimal way of beating Trial 5. And we might, our opinions might diverge on that, but we'll see, we'll see. This might be... I'm sorry for being so behind on chat. I was really immersed into the game. This might just be the most unique level in the game, and the only time the Power Goblins help us are raining blood and the boss can leech. The boss cannot leech, the boss can leech in Trial 5, that's the thing. But this, yeah, overall I agree with you. Hate the stage, but I like how the Undead King of Beasts looks. I think the stage is well designed, but yeah, it can give us trouble, or just be a bit long. The Undying Primal can in fact not leech, yeah. The thing that must be so powerful, considering an angel asked us for help in exchange for her service, and the Power Goblins are helping. Oh yeah, it's like, you can tell that even, like, the Iron Fortress was helpful. The angel probably looked upon the Iron Fortress, was like, eh, whatever, let them fight their science wars of theirs. Here, the angel's like, oh crap. Can we all, like, team up to destroy this? It's gonna be really problematic if we don't, and thankfully we all listened. I'll say 5 by me. I'd love to have 5 blue or 5 yellow Power Goblins. Oh yeah, I think 5 might be a bit too much since, you know, we only have 2 of Semi-Titans, but I think 3 might be a good number. Why you took vampires? They're useless. Nice. That's someone who isn't familiar with the game might unironically say. Why are you having vampires? They're useless. But, you know, we take them for the regen skill. If you're not using Queen Etheria as a hero, you have to use either Vampire or one other unit. I don't think any other unit has the regeneration. I think it's just Vampires and Queen Etheria. And when I modded, I didn't see any other unit with regeneration. Some units have a powerful healing spell, but no regen. Angel does not have regen, and Lamia does not have regen. They just have heal spells. Yeah, only Queen Etheria and Vampires have regen. Yeah, Terra Heal... when compared to regen, it's just useless. Trial 4 has the second weakest regular unit spawn. 1 goblin every few seconds. Only lowers another Cave of Trial. But isn't like... Okay, yeah, I can see that. Even on normal 1 we had... Okay, however... Remember normal 6 with Lamias? There were buildings that spawned units, but there were not hobbits spawning from the right of the screen. It's just Lamia and the Anubises, so that technically is also weaker. Flaming Chariot would have been super useful with buck attack speed and charge time. Oh! See, that would be so good. Alright. Remove vampires. We need ranged damage. We also need a really strong unit, so... Let's see, the Angel blocks magic, but doesn't have that much health. In fact, its starting stats are similar to that of the Phoenix, but it can block something instead of being weak to it, and its attack is much more area of effective. So that's why I consider the Angel a Titan, Well, the Phoenix is still a semi-titan. Alright, we need something that's strong to slash. Is there anything naturally strong to slash? I don't think so. Alright, Dragon. Strong and 12,000. The base health of the Earth Dragon is also 12,000, but it's unupgraded. We can make it strong to slash, but you know. I mean, maybe we should get the Earth Dragon. But instead of this, we're gonna give it a Ring of Slash. No. That's not the Earth Dragon's job, that's the Iron Fortress's. I'm gonna explain everything, it's all going to make sense eventually. Ring of Slash on the Iron Fortress. There. This is the real deal. Iron Fortress. Dragon Angel. So, Dragon has the Omega Seal, sure. Angel, you need to have another Ring of Slash. Who has that right now? You. Angel, get a Ring of Slash. Actually, maybe we don't need the Angel or the Dragon. Maybe we just need damagers. Like, let's see, which units can deal the highest damage? I guess we can use Succubi with the Platinum Sword. Witches with a Platinum Sword. They already have a Platinum Sword. And so do so Magi with a Platinum Sword. Yeah, let's not use these Titans. Let's instead use... Okay, 1266. 5120. I think the archers might be better. They have a Platinum Sword, good. And then we are going to use... Let's see. 80 and 8. I think Gorilla is actually probably the best unit to use here. Let's get rid of a Platinum Sword. Who has one? You. Let's give it to the Gorillas. Actually, no. For kicks, let's give the Gorillas... Or should we give it to someone else? We're gonna give it the Hercules Grip, which, the reason I'm doing it is... Platinum Sword increases damage by 24, Hercules Grip does it by 30. I don't care about health, but I'm not using any unit with that actually needs this, so I'm giving it to the Gorillas as a slightly better sword. Alright, we have Vigraf, which is nice. Okay, yeah. Do we have Rage though? Ooh, do we have Rage? We don't seem to have Rage. Oh, by the way, Gorillas have a Fire Tower, which is a pretty unique tower, but towers are pretty useless, so... Ooh, we're gonna need Rage. Does anyone have Rage? Tank? No. No. I don't want to use Goblins, and I'll explain why. The White Tiger has Rage. The Dragon has Rage, okay. So... I'm gonna remove the... I'm actually going to remove the Archers. I'm making the Gorillas to be a little better than Archers in this single target case. With just one powerful unit. We're equipping the Dragon. Who is strong to slash, yes. Or should I give him an attack increase? No, we'll keep him as a backup plan. Yeah. Alright, trial 5. Alright, let's catch up on chat. Everything is useless. Yeah, a lot of things are useless, that's the thing in this game. Balance is not the strong point of this game. No units are thankfully spawning. We can use this to our advantage. Alright. Here, let's build a wall. Just because a wall is nice. So, Vigraf is a liability to other 6 units. What do you mean? Don't use Titan's ammo for the Sword Master. There's a reason that I took these 2 Titans. Dragon for Rage, Iron Fortress, Well, Iron Fortress, so that we can have a bit of time while the Iron Fortress gets here. Alright, that's a hero thing in general for both extras and trials. I would prefer the hero have 4x the HP, twice the damage. I guess he is a liability because, you know, he dies then we lose, but, you know, if he wasn't there, how would we lose? What would be the loss condition? Yeah, it would be nice if we could use the hero in ways other than just casting spells for extras and trials. Also, Angel for maxing out the hero does sound appealing. I mean, Golem too, but Angel would make a little more sense. Kind of, you've proven yourself. Now, Divinity is on your side. Use Hobbit. I'm not going to use Hobbit or Goblin for this stage. I'll explain. Happy oversized monkey noises, huh? Yeah, they get to show off, and this time they're fully upgraded. And with an achievement that they could otherwise never hope to even get. Alright. Stay here, guys. No, 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 don't go back, please. Ha! I don't want to lose you like that. Alright. Okay, so... here's the thing, before we get into the action of it. What's the fastest way to beat her? Well, she doesn't have as much health as a lot of the other bosses, but she leeches. And what I've found... I don't think I found it completely on my own, so, you know, I can't take a lot of the credit there, but when she attacks, the amount of health she generates, there is a cap to it, a maximum cap, but it also depends on the amount of units she hits. If we don't let her hit units, she's not going to regenerate, and if she only hits one unit, she's not going to regenerate as much. Meanwhile, we're gonna have our ranged units destroy her and pummel her to death. And the dragon is going to be enough out of the way for her to not be able to hit him. So, wall over here. Sure, wall over here. Ah, that's unfortunate positioning. Alright. We're about to provoke her, so... Rage. Wall. Alright, so see, she's not healing from hitting the wall. Meanwhile, we are doing enraged damage to her. Ooh, 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 dragon go back, dragon go back, dragon go back, dragon go back. So this is what the Iron Fortress is for. The Iron Fortress is for tanking and getting as much time as we can to destroy her. And now see, she isn't healing that much, and that's what the Dark Rune does. Okay, oh my goodness, gorillas, can you not disappoint me, please? Okay, thankfully she isn't hitting the dragon yet, but now the Iron Fortress is dead. And we now need to enrage again, and now the dragon is going to be taking the brink of it. If we had hobbits, she'd kill like 2 or 3 hobbits with her every swipe, and that would impede our progress. I don't know if we're going to win this. We are doing everything we can, and it's going to come down to the wire. That's why I'm enraging again, but once the dragon falls... Okay, another swipe. There. Wall, to make sure she does not get to the units to start regenerating. And this way, easily destroy her. And by the way, I also cannot take credit for the wall thing. I saw people say that, oh, when she hits the wall, it doesn't count as a unit, so she doesn't heal. But yeah, that's why, you know, even though I'm sure that spam of small units can work if you have enough damage output on your ranged units, or even melee units, but this just is a cleaner way of doing it. All right. Can you pick Angel? Their attack is really cool. Yeah, we're gonna get all of the units. So from this, we got an achievement and unlocked Inferno, the coolest Titan in the Epic War franchise, and just a trademark. I mean, I don't know if he's the coolest, but he's one of the coolest, definitely, along with the Lord of Hell. And he's there in Epic War 3, 4, and 5. He's just outright extremely cool. Alright, let's get more health. Health is what matters more for the Iron Fortress. Alright, we also got an achievement. Super Robosuit. Health plus 75%, damage minus 25%. I think this can be a really, really, really useful achievement. I used to be all about the damage, but you know, I realized later that for frontliners, health often matters more. Like, imagine he has this much health and then regen also heals him more because of it. Imagine using such a guy on Trial 4. Like, the Undead King of Beasts would cower in fear. So yeah, really cool achievement. And you know, there is a bit of an opposite to this achievement, which increases the damage by 75% and decreases the health by 25%, which is better for ranged units. It's called the Devil's Pact. There is no way to get that achievement in the game, and for a while I was really curious about how did people get it, because I saw, like, in music videos of Epic War 5, there's a screenshot where people had it. And you know, I assume that they hacked into the game either by decompiling it or just by using a hack software thing that can hack into Flash games. But yeah, in the mod it's definitely gonna be a thing. I'm definitely gonna make a way to get it, to showcase everything that we can't see in this game. I love how Lasmal immediately became Donald Trump and decided to build a wall. Well, it is useful sometimes. Not gonna lie, I was kinda disappointed the enemy of the final trial was just an Amazon that healed when she hits things with her sword. I do not share that sentiment. We have had a lot of really big and really cool units in the trials. If the fifth boss was just another really big, really cool unit, it would be like, well, nothing new. We already had the end-like bosses in the Colossus and the Iron Fortress. We had a Lord of Hell, and we had a really scary, powerful King of Beasts. I really like the idea that we fight someone who used to be in our place and despite being strong, isn't like, oh, completely, extremely, really powerful and like has as much health as no one else in the world combined. Like if you combine the health of everyone else in the world, that's how much health you have, which is the Iron Fortress, or, you know, impending doom that comes closer and closer and you can hardly stop it, aka the Colossus. Or a really scary one, it's just a human. It's just a hero who also defeated the Hell's Gate, also to no avail. Now, I don't know why we're killing her. Maybe we see her as a threat to our rule, which for Vigraf, a threat to our glory, someone who can see right through us, or maybe someone who gets more glory. We want to kill her, especially since we're kind of working for the Hell's Gate now. But then we destroyed the Hell's Gate, so I don't know. We're kind of on no one's side, I don't know. Or the Hell's Gate is on no one's side. It's a bit different, and I like that. It diverges from the norms of Epic War 1 and 2. The Epic War 3 Cave of Trial 5 was just you know, I don't know, conceptually, story-wise, world-wise, it doesn't have a great world, so not much to discuss, but like Epic War 4, I've already said that the level 16, unlike level 15, which had like a Lord of Hell-like person, we had just people that are really powerful, and we discover them as far as the world, we explore the world. This takes it onto a whole new level. My biggest qualm with this game is, however, something else. I wish every boss had a weakness outside of just attack types. Maybe some take more fire or poison damage, or stun, frozen even. Well, you cannot stun, freeze, poison or fire bosses. Even if it's just a regular troll, if it is the boss of a level, you cannot do crap like that to them. And I mean, I could see the reason why they did this. It's a bit of a easy way out, but still, I can see that. And so that's why they don't take any poison damage or can get stunned, stuff like that. The Iron Fortress is finally useful, yep. I mean, even on normal levels it could be useful, but provided there are no time constraints. And it's definitely useless for Trial 1. Yeah, this trial has the most interesting briefing though. This Amazon went to the Hell's Gate too, but refused the temptation. Now she wanders alone for eternity. Yeah. Not anymore, now she's dead. She wanders the Hell's Gate. The hell, the what's inside the Hell's Gate. Use spells on the Phoenix in the reunion level? What? No, I'm just looking at this chat. I'm just not reading everything in order because it's a bit confused. Hold on. The Infernal Lord of Fire must just follow you around because he loves carnage. Yeah. Wars, no matter how virtuous the ends are, always lead to mass carnage. I like that explanation. I love the Trial 5 twist too. What is the twist? I'm guessing the twist is just the Hell's Gate thing. Maybe replace the speed boost with the Devil Pack? Maybe, maybe. I mean, that's what I was thinking, like, you know, Trial 5 gives that, Trial 4 would give the other thing. The opposite of it. Use spells on the Phoenix level. Alright, our Phoenix is now enraged. We can lightning him for good measure. Him and a bit of other goblins. We have 3 units with magic altars, which are pretty useless, but you know, it would make sense for Magi to have them, so let's create an altar here. The rocks can be useful, I will say that. Gorillas are not as horrible as I thought they were, and I think tanks are the same way. And let's have a tower next to the Phoenix that shoots fireballs. Let's lava, because it is fire, it is his own, like, his own natural... what he's made of, I guess. Now we're gonna let him die for good measure. We will shield him first, but then we will let him die. Okay, wall next to him. My own spell. I'm using as many spells as possible. Okay, he died. We haven't used this healing spell, and we haven't used the meteor spell. Now, do we have to win the level? Because if we do, I didn't go the right way about it. But let's hope we don't. There is not a Devil's Pact. Oh, okay. Okay. You said that as a joke. But the funnier thing was that I actually went and tried it. Because the reason I thought that it was actually the true way to get the Devil's Pact was, or at least that you thought it could have been, is it was oddly specific, and there didn't seem to be an obvious joke there. But that was the ultimate prank on me, on my sense, on my sense of not humor, but discerning humor. Alright. Hobbits. Wizards, witches, succubi. And the wizards, which have the smallest attack out of our magi. We are actually, no. We're gonna give the Thunder Rune to the witches, because their attack is slightly higher than wizards, so like, I would generally give them swords, and then the one with the lowest attack would get the utility upgrade. However, I think the wizard's attack by itself is better than the witch's poison arc, so I'm gonna replace the witch's poison arc. This is such a useless achievement for Trial 1, by the way. And then gorillas. With this thing, sure. And then tanks. With a platinum sword. Now we're going into this. Ooh, but do we want bombers? Nah. 2 strike people in with our 3 magic people. Do we have rage? I should have leveled up goblins instead of hobbits because of rage. Because, you know, it's gonna be hard without rage, but this is gonna be more of a challenge, and we like challenge, don't we? Especially in this non-challenging game. Well, okay, kinda challenging game. I underestimated it last time, it took more time to complete than I first thought. So, you know, maybe in the challenging aspect, it's also, I'm dismissing it a bit too quickly. Alright. Yeah, we're starting to get a full-on ranged warfare between their pre-programmed things. And you know, the tank shots, unlike in Epic War 4 and 3, they aren't actually missing. So I think they're helping out quite a bit with our area of effect stuff. Played like a fiddle. Just remember that we still need to see the Ice Rune. The Ice Rune, the Lamia, and then a couple other units, like the Angel. So after that, I'm going to just get all new units and give them all new accessories and stuff. We put the Robosuit bombers. If we put the Robosuit bombers... okay. Remember when we put the Devil's Pact on bombers and they died, even though it's a 25% decrease? So, they had 1 health. A 25% decrease is 0.75 health. If it rounded, they would still have 1 health, so they wouldn't die immediately. So it seems that it rounds down. It floors. So 0.75 becomes 0. By that logic, if we put the Robosuit bombers, it makes it 1.75 health. It will still round down to 1, so they would be the same as regular bombers, just worse because their attack is lower. First I accidentally convinced you to call the Lamias Lamias. Well, that one wasn't me, like, thinking, oh, they're actually pronounced Lamias. It was just, first I called them Lamias with you as a joke. Ah, nice. Even, like, I must say, with all the weaknesses of the tanks, a Hobbit or Goblin being thrown up completely into the air by a tank shot is still very satisfying. But yeah, I first said it as a joke to play along, and then I just couldn't stop saying it. I wanted to say Lamia, I accidentally said Lamia. This is the hardest level in the game from my experience. I actually agree, this level, because, you know, it's easy once you understand how to beat it, but it might not be entirely intuitive, especially if you haven't played Epic War 1 and 2. The Hobbit spam strategy might not be as intuitive, because, like, even some people who have played level Epic War 1 and 2, or like Epic War 1, they didn't use Hobbits or Goblins, they used Amazons and Beast Riders, but they still beat the level, so it's not that hard. I guess if you have Rage, it's not that hard. This trial gave me a lot of issues until I remembered this is very similar to how bosses from the early games work. Oh yeah, exactly. In Epic War 2, catapults shoot too high and don't hit goblins or hobbits, so funny. Yeah, it is funny. And this game has similar things like centaurs. When they throw their spears, they don't hit things that are directly in front of them. They can miss goblins and stuff like that. And like when we're fighting power goblins, it can be annoying. Alright. Fire tower. It should help a bit, or it should just die immediately due to these powerful imps. I'm pretty sure it's just cause of if it's under 1 HP then it's dead. I don't know. I've always programmed it like this. If it's less than or equal 0 HP then it's dead. But okay, you've convinced me to try the robo suit. I'm gonna try the bombers with the robo suit. In fact, I'll try them and then all the other people once we beat this level. I'm so glad that the stream is going to not be as long as the last one, because the last one was exhausting for me. Yeah, we had a lot of fun on that one, but also I was really tired, especially since I was hungry, and I started feeling hungry soon after I started. And it's the same here too, but this time the stream isn't gonna last as long. And it might actually be a perfect conclusion to our Epic War series streams, until at least until I get the mod figured out. Metal, there's so many messages that you keep redacting, and like every time I look over and it says Metal CS message redacted, I'm like a little curious. What did it say, and why did you decide to not say that anymore? The bad guys always get the better looking buildings. Ha, yeah. Well, to be fair, when buildings are on our side, they kinda suck. The only buildings that don't suck on our side are wall and castle, but the only reason castle doesn't suck is because castle has a lot of HP, so if we have the time, if we're in no rush, we can save up mana, wait, and then get a lot of castles, and they're gonna have a lot of HP, much more than walls. That is basically the only reason. And castles don't suck, but the other things that castles do, the healing and the summoning hobbits of all things, that sucks. So, you know, our buildings suck, we don't really have a need for them other than walls. So, you know, I can forgive the fact that the enemy buildings, which have more utility, are also generally better looking. Now, tanks have more of a reason to pull them back, because first of all, they immediately at first start out. Can we? No. Now, if we had both hobbits and goblins, it would be easier. But yeah, like, at some point, he's gonna come close enough for the tanks to not hit him anymore. And also, since they're up in front due to their range, their small range, it might be, I keep trying to kind of stall the boss, because I think it is possible to do that. Ouch. He hit some of us. A bit of a misplay on my end. Yes! See? He was not hitting the altar. If we place it at the perfect spot, it's gonna last. Because he's not hitting it, the only people hitting it are the different enemies. So, yeah, that is a way to stall him for a bit, until his friends that help him out, probably just because of his intimidation factor, destroy the wall for him. This thing is even gonna put in a little bit of damage, but now it's gonna die because he's gonna hit it. Oh, not yet, but now it's gonna die because he's gonna hit it. Let's do another altar. This is so unconventional, like, you can tell altars aren't meant for this. But it's like the best use of altars that we have. Also levels extra 6 and trial 2 with the power goblins and with that tank bug where they keep where they keep getting tanks and bombers that aren't going anywhere. It might, like, you know, I thought about it, it might cause lag, and it might make those levels laggier than the other ones. Oh, hello, Scorpion! This is the first time that I see you on, live on the stream. I saw that recently you watched some of the Epic War 4 ones, but now, you're actually here live. We've beaten all of the trials in Epic War 5 except for Trial 1. Decided to leave it for last. And as you can see, I'm actually using things like tanks and gorillas for a bit of a... things like I wouldn't normally use. And normally I'd get the magic units, goblins, hobbits, maybe a dragon just to help out with the other parts, and then the dragon has rage, so I would use that a lot on my ranged units. I don't have rage now, so it makes things a little more interesting. Oh, eat before start streaming. Yeah, I thought about it, but I thought I'd rather eat afterwards because it's gonna feel more rewarding. Why wouldn't they? They're bad guys, yeah. They're redacted because of my grammar. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. If there's no way to edit a message, then redacting it and sending a new one does make perfect sense as the thing that we should be doing. Alright, pull back. Not in Epic War 4, our castle looks better than the enemies. I don't remember exactly. I remember that I like the way that the castles look in Epic War 4 more than the way they look in Epic War 3. Okay, that was a horribly placed altar. He did end up hitting it. So, yeah, but that was the first one like that. So thus far, I'd call this entire ordeal a success. We're keeping him at bay in suboptimal circumstances. Look how much there still is to go for him. Also regarding grammar, I keep pressing the wrong buttons when typing, but I still don't redact any. Yeah, I mean, on the stream, in such a casual circumstance, it makes sense that we're going to sometimes say things like, even I, when I talk, misspeak a lot, and I don't just start, I don't always just start over with the entire thing. Although I usually do, it's just how I roll. Alright. Okay, good, good. It's good because this thing's gonna fall now, but he's still gonna have hobbits to answer to. Funny image, the Colossus having to answer to hobbits. Now, okay, not played Epic War 5. I think this stream will be full with great tips for me when I start playing Epic War 5. Here's my advice to you. Play it first, because Epic War 5 is an adventure. Whereas the other Epic Wars are kind of battle games where you can talk about how good you are at them and strategies that you can use. This one is more so an adventure that you go on and you see cool different stuff. For the first time, that's the fun part of it. And then you can see other people play that. So my advice, play it first and then watch it. If you're stuck anywhere, you can like look up walkthroughs or anything, or try to think yourself of how to beat that level, because none of the levels are too unreasonably hard. There are some levels that are going to be hard for us, but none of them are going to be like completely insane. And then you can of course watch the streams, the last one and this one. This is going to be a two-part stream, 2 parts for Epic War 5. I initially thought it would be 1. Yeah. I have an annoying little tick when it comes to my grammar. When I misspell too much, I feel like I must rewrite, unless I'm having too much fun with my words. Huh? I mean, I can understand it. Like if I start typing something and I'm in an okay enough mood, and I'm not too tired, yeah. And if I type something and I start misspelling, I just go back and fix it. It doesn't take too long for me, and the sentence comes out looking nicer. So, you know, not really even a tick. But the Epic War 5 does lag the least. It might be the most optimized as far as like particles and blood particles go, but also doesn't have Epic War 3's massive bodies, and it has a ×3 speed. Maybe without ×3 speed it would lag a little like Epic War 4. Last, have you tried Epic Battle Fantasy? I have not. Was there ever a period where it was free? Or does it have like a free demo, or is the entire game free, or is the entire game paid? Oh yeah, gorillas from Epic War 4, yeah, they are. And there's a lot of units from Epic War 4. So you are going to get to know them. But there's also a lot of unique units, like the Anubis spawns. You don't recognize that, do you? And the Mighty Colossus falls. Yes! And, you know, I think using strike units such as gorillas and things, even though it's not, like, optimal, we used them in addition to the magic units, and it turned out to be a success. Even without rage, he fell pretty quickly. I think it didn't take us longer than the Trial 2, at least. Alright, so first of all, while I still remember, bombers with the Super Robo-Suit. Oh, but the thing is, we can't test it out. Okay, no, we can. I think we can. We'll see. It's gonna be obvious whether we can. We got the ArtLogic's badge, which grants awesome skill for unlocking all of the units. And we got all of the units. We got the Lord of Hell, and we got the Lamias. Oh, is Epic Battle Fantasy Flash games? Oh, okay, yeah, I don't actually remember. Yeah, I might have it written down somewhere to try it out later. What if there was a 6th trial and it was a green hobbit called Very Real Goblin? Okay, now that would just be comic relief. Why would we have that? That would be interesting. Alright, you know what? For fun, let's give the Flaming Chariot the speed boost to the Lamias. They're already not, like, amazing, but with the speed boost, at least we'll have a fast Lamia. We're gonna equip the Inferno, the Angel, the Lord of Hell, and any of these units we haven't tested out enough. I don't think so. We could use Phoenix, Iron Fortress, or Earth Dragon. That's my... let's use Earth Dragon. Let's give the Earth Dragon... Wait, who has this? Hold on. Who has the Super Robo-Suit? Oh my goodness, I gave it to the bombers. Ha. Okay, that's okay. We'll have the Earth Dragon with Omega Seal, yes, because we don't use the regular dragon or the Iron Fortress now. And then the Earth Dragon, Angel, Inferno, and Lord of Hell. The Inferno is going to have... Ooh. You know what? He's gonna have the Turtle Shield instead. Gonna make him a bit weaker, but we're gonna give the Omega Seal to the Inferno, the Lord of Fire. He's now strong to everything, so he's gonna be awesome. He usually is the most vulnerable because he gets in the enemy front lines and back lines really quickly, and he takes the brunt of the damage. And the Lord of Hell, obviously, ArtLogic's badge grants awesome skills. And let's just play a level. Let's play... Sure, we can play the Father and Son's Reunion. And this is here we test things out. This game looks... okay. Yeah, this game looks so much different than the other Epic War games. Yeah, the art style definitely changed. 1 and 2 looked kinda similar. 3 and 4 looked very similar. And then 5 looks more like 3 and 4, but different, more cartoony. Alright. Let's have all of us come here. Let's see how fast the Lami is. The Lami is pretty fast, but not amazingly fast. And doesn't make the achievement worth it. Ah, our boy Inferno is here. Right, all of you stand here. Bombers over here. We can't see how much damage is being done to the bombers, that's the problem. Like, if only... okay, see, now. No, because they die before they get hit. Okay, we're gonna have to try it out on the Lord of Hell. My idea is this. We'll see how much, like, there's a red text appears saying how much a unit gets damaged when a unit is damaged. We'll see if it says 1, 2, or like 1,000. If it says 1,000, then the text just says the damage and not the... Okay, I'm stupid. Okay, let's... Alright. What is it gonna be here? No, it says 4,000, so we cannot test it out. We can't test out how the Robosuit affects the bomber, because there isn't a unit that deals 1 damage. That would be so ridiculous to have such a unit. So we can't see if like it takes 1 or 2 hits to kill. All units still take 1 hit for the Bomberman to kill. And then the text isn't going to tell us anything. Yeah, I love 1 and 2, the bows are pretty OP. I do like 1 and 2, but I think 1 is probably my least favorite of the 5. Then, 2, 3, 4, and 5. For all of them, I can say that I think they are awesome games. They are great. Epic War 5 is great in a different way than Epic War 2, 3, and 4. 2 is really epic, 3 and 4 are the best in terms of gameplay, and 5 is a very good adventure with a very good world that you want to be in. 1, I don't think it has such a profound strength. I mean, 1 is stable, it's balanced, it's linear. But linearity can be as much a disadvantage as it can be an advantage. And overall, especially for me when I play, Epic War 1 is probably the most boring game because of my playstyle. I'm too greedy, and so I can't enjoy Epic War 1 as much. But yeah, you can see the Inferno is being nice, and you know, due to having the Omega Seal, actually isn't dying as quickly as he would be otherwise. Lord of Hell still hasn't died once, I'm pretty sure. Earth Dragon standing here, Lamia is being fast, but not really. Lamia. The Arrow Tower is indeed more OP in the first game than in the second game, and I think the second is overall the second game is overall better than the third. If it wasn't for the machine gun arrow ability, the Arrow Tower wouldn't even be overpowered in Epic War 2, and as it is, it's just ever so slightly overpowered, maybe just really powerful, maybe not even overpowered. Because, you know, there are definitely times when the enemies are so strong that you can see why you need such an arrow ability. Ah, didn't hit the Lamia, the Lamia, the Lumia, the Lemia. Yeah. The bomber has the... Oh yeah, I'm so behind on reading. It's not even the stream delay, it's just me. I talk a lot, and because of... and I talk a lot to entertain the stream, of course, because that makes the stream fun, but because of that, I can't, like, immediately read messages, so I hope you guys are cool with that. The Lord of Hell's gonna die now. He lasted a long time for being unupgraded. Let's build a wall here, let's hope that the Lord of Hell doesn't hit the wall. I'm pretty sure he didn't hit the wall. Let's see it again. Oh, no. Yeah, he did not hit the wall. Nice. But the wall easily fell even without him. We're waiting for Lord of Hell to get back. The others are basically just fodder. They're just goblins. Lord of Hell is the one we really want to, so be there and tank the damage. Is Epic War 3 hard? The caves, I think, definitely provide enough of a challenge for you to want to play it, because the caves of Trial are the best part about Epic War 3. Like, I was a bit annoyed when Cross Knights didn't beat the caves of Trial in Epic War 3, because I'm like, dude, that's the best part. It has all the titans for you to see, and it's basically overall the most exciting, and the enemies are at their strongest there. It's still not extremely hard, but like, I can beat it pretty easily, I would say. However, for me, Epic War 5 is much easier than Epic War 3. So, you know, don't make Epic War 5 too easy. Don't go out seeking tips until you play for the first time, because if you have a bit of a challenge, Epic War 5 will be more fun than if you've seen all the tips and then the game isn't challenging anymore. I will say though, due to the powerful units, the Queen is a lot more powerful than the other heroes, so if you want to have an easy time, go with the Queen. If you want a bit more of a challenge, go with one of the other two heroes, Vigraf or the Skull Knight. Oh, they are small, but that's because basically every time we face the Lamias, unless like there are some small Lamias at the Hell's Gate spawns, there are, but overall, oh by the way, the Inferno is keeping the other enemies at bay, and I'm actually really grateful to the Inferno for that, because it will be hard to deal with all of these otherwise. Now we're just dealing with the Lord of Hell. But yeah, what was I gonna say? Yeah, with this size Lamia, we only see them at the enemies when they're like being spawned, when it's something like the Hell's Gate spawning them. But when it's like Lamias that are... When it's Lamias that are like bosses, or just like midway bosses, people that guard the bosses, they're a lot bigger, they're very much upscaled. Like a unit such as Death, there is no downscaled, like there is no normal sized enemy Death. We faced the enemy Death thrice. Once on normal 11 and 2 deaths on extra 7. And all 3 of those times it's an upscaled death. There never is a normal sized one. And the thing about that is, you know, like even the King of Beasts, we face the King of Beasts... Oh, actually no, normal 10, not normal 11, I'm sorry. I mixed that up, but yeah. We faced the King of Beasts at normal 11, and then on Undead King of Beasts on Trial 4, and again, he's upscaled, so when we get our own, it almost feels lame, like, oh, we got this really cool unit, but it's so small. With Lamias, at least, we do see normal-sized Lamias on the enemy's side. And Lord of Hell is the one... Basically the one Titan unit... The one unit of all the Titans and Semi-Titans that we get, and it's not, like, it's the same size. The enemy, Lord of Hell, is never upscaled. Alright, defend. We might actually lose this level because of how close we are, and our Lord of Hell is dying. Theirs isn't quite on his deathbed yet. But we can try to keep him at bay with walls. Alright, shield. 99% sure every level in the game can be beaten with one setup. I mean, the only level that would provide a trick to that is Cave of Trial 5. But if you can find a setup that beats Cave of Trial 5 and Cave of Trial 4, if you find a setup that beats those 2 levels, you are golden, you are set, you can beat every level with them. Yeah, like the not so nice thing about Epic War 3 is that basically every level is sort of the same, like there's different enemies you fight, different factions, so to say, so that does make things different, but there's not a great variety of the strategies that you do, like it's just different factions don't make you need to use different strategies, it's just that the strategy you use is gonna be easier to use with one faction than with the other. Hey, Inferno, stay here to try to distract the Lord of Hell for as long as possible. Then we'll build a wall. Thankfully Vigraf is still safe. Yeah, and we're coming to the end of this level and the stream. We're trying these things out. Oh, we haven't tried... Okay, we haven't tried the Ice Rune yet. I'm waiting until the Lord of Hell comes, so I'm not going to shield our less important Titans yet. Like the Angel and the Earth Dragon. They are going to die, yes, but the Lord of Hell is going to appear, and he is the real MVP. Yeah, I'll show the Ice Rune just like I showed the Thunder Rune last time. Ah, if I shielded that, the Lamia would have survived, but it wouldn't have been enough to actually go and damage the Lord of Hell, the enemy Lord of Hell. We don't really have any damaging spells other than Lightning, and Lightning isn't going to be very useful against him. It doesn't do that much damage. In fact, its main purpose is not damage, it's stunning. I like the music in this game. Yeah, I absolutely like it too. I listen to the Epic War music soundtrack sometimes, and I think Epic War 5 has the best music of the first 5, followed closely by Epic War 3. Epic War 3 is exciting. Nice, we won. Epic War 4, very epic and sort of like epic and for me also nostalgic, but I can't say it's better than Epic War 3's music objectively. Epic War 2 has a lot of like fantasy type colors and it's diverse a bit, so I like it. Especially the final boss, like the boss music in Epic War 2, absolutely great, but not, you know, Epic War 3 and 5 do compete with that very easily, and then the other tracks in Epic War 4 aren't as good. Epic War 1, decent, but maybe one of the most repetitive ones. Epic War 1 and 4 have the most repetitive music, and what was it? I forgot. What was... Oh, right. Yeah, overall, kind of like that. The Epic War 5 also has fantasy colors, but more colorful than Epic War 2. You have the boss from Epic War 1 and 2. I think it's just from Epic War 2, because the Lord of Hell is only from Epic War 2 and then Epic War 4 and 5. The end doesn't appear in this game. In fact, it doesn't appear in 3 or 4 either. Despite what some texts in 3 might have you believe. Reduced speed to 1x. Oh, sorry, saw it too late. But it would have been a good idea. Bombers in this game are much more effective than in Epic War 3 and 4. In this game, once bombers are attacked, they will initiate their attack instead of instantly exploding. I actually kind of disagree. I mean, bombers are a unit I might have been underestimating, along with gorillas and tanks. They're nice to use, and this makes them useful. However, what makes them less useful is what makes the tanks in this game less useful. The lack of real need for as much crowd control makes them less useful, and also, like, you know, you can feel sometimes the bombers being really useful in 3 or 4, especially 4. But, you know, I do agree still that these ones are probably better than the ones in Epic War 3. Those ones suck, and it's not really even their fault, it's the fault of the game, because they don't automatically go forward. And you have to click assault all the time to make them go forward. And if you make a pause and click an assault and there's like 3 bombers at the same time, chances are they're not gonna be like all 3 of them are just gonna blow up and hit nothing, or just a little bit of things. Bombers in Epic War 2, I actually don't think they suck, they do a lot of damage, but usually not worth using. That's what I would say. And then when they are on the enemy's side, they're definitely useful. And Epic War 2 is another one of those games that crowd control is useful and effective, so bombers are good, but cannons, so different from the tanks in 3, 4, and 5. And, you know, those cannons are probably... They have a completely different purpose, not crowd control, but single target damage, which is weird, like... They're cannons, they should explode, but whatever. Some main complaint with it, you need to clear 6 heroes to 100% the game. Well, to get all the units, you don't actually have to... like, beat the entire map with a hero. You just have to get the hero to level 20, I believe. And I didn't know that at first, but it does make grinding very much easier. Wish they made the heroes you fight look different in Epic War 3 instead of fighting the same knight over and over. Oh yeah, I'm sure many of us have that complaint, because they look the same. It looks like it doesn't matter which hero you choose, you still are the generic good hero and fight the generic bad hero. There should have been 3 Lamias, that would make them useful as semi-titans, but now, not really. Golems are better even with their slow speed. Health. Yeah, I don't think they have any, like, truly spectacular spells, like Super Ice Blast, Ice Spell level 2. I would have liked to show that, but it's not worth upgrading even further to show. And then there's a Terra Heal, I think, right? That we've said earlier. And then here Rage, Fire Spell level 3, which makes sense. He is the Inferno, the Lord of Fire. And then he, I think, gets no spells. I think he just gets attack and health bonuses. And when we upgrade him, he has so much attack and power after that. That is great, especially when he has the Art Logic Badge, which didn't even pause to say what it does. I think it gives a 50% increase on the health and attack. So it's like the Hercules grip, but twice better than that. And in addition, it makes you strong to everything. So when we're talking about the Lord of Hell, he's weak to everything. And now we equip this, he's strong to everything. He has quadruple the resistance to everything. He's gonna take a quarter of the damage he would have taken otherwise. Amazing accessory, so it makes sense that we get that after beating the entire game and unlocking all the units. All professionals are not the best way to get your fun in. Yeah. What do you guys think the hardest Epic War game? Yeah, I agree with you, Goman. None of them are really hard. There are tricky parts to them. There are tricky parts to Epic War 3. Epic War 2, I would say, is probably the hardest. But maybe Epic War 1. You know what? No. Epic War 1 is the hardest because of the boss. The bosses in Epic War 2 are slightly easier, but still, like when I read Congregate chats, it seemed that people struggled the most with that game, Epic War 2. And then Epic War 3 is also kinda hard. Epic War 4 is pretty easy because of the shield and stuff, but you can, if you play it right and don't use overpowered things, then you can get a lot of enjoyment and challenge out of that game. That's why it's my favorite of the Epic War games. Epic War 5 is just easy, but there are some levels that can give you a challenge and make you think, which is really good. If it was just easy all throughout and didn't have to make you think, it would be a bit of a shame. Right. We're gonna get mages. Witches with the Thunder Rune. And Succubi with the Ice Rune to show you what that is. And we're gonna pick a level like this. The Desert Greeting. So we've already seen the Thunder Rune on the end of last stream and here in a couple of levels, but I'll show it again. First of all, the dark attack type. I'm sure we've seen the poison and fire and dark attack types anyway, but like just for comparison's sake, they have, oh my goodness, stop spoiling yourselves. But yeah, there's the dark attack type. Then we have the witches with the lightning attack type, thunder. It kind of shoots in a line, so they're unlikely to miss anyone provided they're large enough. But like if there's hobbits or goblins underneath, they might miss them. But also they don't seem to do as much crowd control as like the normal mages. Here is the ice attack. I think it looks pretty darn cool, and I think the Epic War Saga actually has a thing that looks similar. It freezes people in an area like this, so it's good for crowd control. And overall, just a really good attack type. This, along with Thunder, best status effects, even though Leeching is certainly can be good under the right circumstances. Too cocky or arrogant in this level. What level are you talking about? Okay, alright, the final boss theme. I would say that I associate that theme not with like, see, this game has a normal theme, then a boss theme that's more epic. But then the quote-unquote final one, which plays in the Extra 6 and Trial 2 with the Power Goblins and Trial 5 with the Amazon. It has a feeling that's different from just epicness, badass monsters. It's the feeling of... It's an almost, you know, it's the feeling of glory. And the feeling that it gives you is that the thing you're doing right now is of amazing, great, large proportions. People are dying left and right, but it's worth it. Trust me, it's worth it. And then in Trial 5, that explanation makes no sense, but we can reword it slightly. We're not fighting an just a regular level with bandits. We're not fighting powerful monsters with the boss theme. We're fighting a hero. So in a way, the theme that plays is a bit of a hero theme. So we can interpret it differently based on what level it is, as you can see. And it is a nice theme. It's the shortest one, I think, but still really nice, especially since it appears the least, so it never really gets repetitive. Epic War Saga, yeah, I'm no expert on that. We could do a Saga stream, I mean, it's possible, but we'll see, we'll see. Strong unit is the game, strongest unit in the game is Bomber with the Devil's Pact, hands down. So good. Some of you guys haven't seen that video, by the way, or haven't done it yourself, but it's unlisted at this point, but I can share it in my server later, if I remember. The Bombers use it very situational, yeah, I can kinda see that. I'm actually tired at this point. My reasoning capacities are devolving, so it's so good that this marks the... we're wrapping up the stream here. First of all, thank you guys so much for coming. Stream was fun, very much, despite being tiring and hungry. It's, I've had a lot of fun discussing this with you guys, and we are going to have a stream of me just playing the mod in the game, but I need to make it first, and it's gonna take a few weeks, maybe a couple months. So, you know, hopefully you guys stick around to see that, and then maybe we'll do some other Epic War related streams, just different caveats, not just beating the first games. I don't know. Maybe we'll do some non-Epic War streams that are still similar. I am uploading videos of Flash games and maybe possibly other games like Spore or something that I'm going to want to play. And that's basically the plans right now. Only because Epic Dwarves weren't added though. Yeah, true. Epic War 4 still has some difficult parts. Yeah, I absolutely agree. Beat the boss like first try. When you have every hero, I thought you beat the game. Epic War 5 doesn't work that way. In Epic War 5 you pick a hero and you beat the entire game. You can't switch the hero. So I can quit. And I can start again. You see progress 100%, I've beaten the game with Vigraf. If I start the game with Queen Etheria or Skull Knight, I'm gonna start from the beginning. I'm gonna have him, but I'm gonna need to unlock everything again. That's the thing, that's why I said Etheria is the easy option, Vigraf or Skull Knight is if you want a bit more of a challenge. Yeah, especially on higher difficulties, yeah. Epic War Saga boss theme, I don't remember that one actually, don't really remember. Epic War Saga is still playable, it's not getting more updates, even though it did get like a crystal sale. I don't know, the devs are weird. Maybe the devs just realized that how much work they're putting into the franchise and it's not paying off, and they're demotivated by that. Because if they are, I can definitely relate to that as a developer. Alright, so this marks the end of the Epic War 5 stream part 2. If you were on the stream, thank you very much for coming, and I very much enjoyed discussing it with you guys, and I'm sure you guys enjoyed discussing it with me and each other. And for right now, we're not going to make plans for the next stream, but whenever the next stream happens, if it happens, I'm going to once again ping in the server, and in my server, my Discord server, which you can see down below, that's the best way to reach out to me and to make sure that you're kind of in on our plans to record and stream. It's in the Discord link is in the description of this particular stream, and then also in the Epic War Saga server, which I'm not leaving that anytime soon, and I am glad that I have the mentioned permissions there, because makes it easier to for you guys to see whenever things like that are happening. And yes, but for now it concludes the stream, and if you were watching it after the stream happened, thank you for coming back and watching, or thank you for watching for the first time if you weren't here for the stream. Hopefully you enjoyed this foray into the world of Epic War. Goodbye.